Greetings, greetings. Hello, welcome to Monday Chair Yoga. You may want a strap for today. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you can always grab a belt or a necktie or a towel. Any of those things would work as well. Let me see if I can push this back any. All right. So welcome. Please remember to always listen to and respect your body. Only move in ways that feel okay in your body. Just because I say to do something doesn't mean you have to do it. You can always sit and take a break if that feels better for you. What else? Yeah, so we're just going to do some kind of flow with ease today, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's start with taking a minute to get centered. So bring some length into your spine, relax the shoulders down, lower the gaze or close the eyes, and just take a minute to get connected with your breath. Take a minute to welcome yourself to your practice. While feeling gratitude for making yourself a priority, for taking some time to practice some yoga, to slow down, to connect with your body, your mind, your spirit. And let's take 4 rounds of 4, 7, 8 breathing. So I'll tell you what that is first, and then we'll practice it. So we inhale through the nose to a count of 4. We hold the breath for a count of 7, and then we exhale out the mouth for a count of 8. I'll count you through the first 2 rounds, and then the last 2 rounds you can do on your own. So go ahead and let your breath out. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more rounds on your own. When you're finished, just resume normal breathing. Notice how the mind and the body feel. Sometimes when you're new to that 4, 7, 8 breath, you can feel a little bit dizzy or lightheaded after doing it. But if you keep doing it, that goes away, and the benefits are wonderful. Helps you to calm and relax the central nervous system, lowers blood pressure, all kinds of good things. I do that breathing twice a day. It can also help you get back to sleep. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't get back to sleep, try that 4, 7, 8 breath. If you'd like to set an intention or a dedication or a mantra for your practice, please take the time to do that now. And gently blink open your eyes, and we'll start moving a little bit here. So let's start with just loosening up the spine. So we're going to make some circles with the torso. So we're going to reach the heart and chest forward, bringing an arch into the back. Then we're gonna push the right ribs out to the right, round the back, scoop out the belly, left ribs to the left and back to center, and then work to make that more of a fluid movement. So we're just making some circles in one direction with the torso. So, as usual, your movements can be a little or a lot. You know what works best in your body, so just move in whatever way works best for you. Good, come back through center, and we've got to go the other way. So left ribs, right ribs, just circling in the opposite direction. Oh. Good. Come on, back to neutral. We'll take a little side stretch. So bring both arms up by the ears. On an exhale, the right hand lowers to the seat of the chair, left arm up by the left ear, side bend over to the right, bringing lots of length into that left side body. Keep the left hip rooted to the chair. And breathing. Good. Inhale back through center and exhale side bend to the left, bringing the sensation into the right side body. Keep that right hip rooted. Good. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, lower the hands, and we'll take a seated twist. So the left hand comes to the outside of that right knee. The right hand reaches back for the chair. Lengthen the spine, then twist on your exhale. Slow, deep, even breaths. So the breath is always your barometer in yoga. If you're not able to keep that full, deep breath back out of the pose or back out of this twist in this case, and gently release back to center. And we'll take that twist on the other side. So the right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. Left hand reaches back, lengthen the spine first, exhale, twist. Keep that low belly drawn in a little bit to protect your spine, your low back. And release back to center. So let's stretch the neck a little bit. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. We're going to bring that right hand up to the left side of the head. And with caution here, just a little gentle pressure, nothing hard, nothing heavy, just a little gentle pressure. Noticing the sensation on the left side of the neck. Maybe that left arm reaches out to the left a little bit. Stay here, or maybe that left forearm comes behind the back. Just pay attention to how that shifts the stretch in the left side of the neck. You can always leave your hand on your lap if that feels better for you. You do what works. If the left arm is behind the back, go ahead and release it. Nice and easy. Release the right hand, bring the head back up to center. And just take a minute to notice the difference between the sides of your neck. I like to notice. All right, let's even it out. So drop the left ear to the left shoulder, bring that left hand up to the right side of the head. Just some gentle pressure, long straight spine, shoulders relaxed. Relax the muscles of the face, relax the jaw. Again, your options are to leave that right hand exactly where it is. Maybe that right arm reaches down and out at a diagonal. Maybe stay here, or maybe you bend that elbow and bring the right forearm to the low back. Paying some attention to how that shifts the sensation. And gently release out. Untuck that arm. And now we're going to lower the chin to the chest, interlace the fingers, and we're going to bring those to the back of the head. The elbows close in. And here I want you to gently press the head into the hands into the head, just till you notice some friction or some tension there. Slow, deep, even breaths. And gently release out. We'll do a little flow here. So again, we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to bring the fingers just below the chin. So here we go. Come with me. Inhale, we're going to lift the elbows up. Exhale, stretch the arms straight out in front, palms forward. Inhale, the arms come up by the ears. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, release the arms. They're going to interlace behind the back. And on an inhale, we're going to arch the back. Maybe the hands draw away from the spine a little bit. And release out, back to prayer. Okay, so that's our flow. We're going to do that, I don't know, 3 more times maybe. All right, so inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, palms forward. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, release them, interlace. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release back to prayer. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, palms forward. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release, interlace. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, back to prayer. One more time. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, palms forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release, interlace behind the back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, back to prayer. Good. So just take a minute. Notice how you feel. Maybe call to mind your intention, your dedication, your mantra. So I failed to kind of explain that, I guess. An intention is inviting any quality or characteristic you would like to have more of in your life. And we hold that intention close in our mind and our hearts throughout our practice. So an example might be patience, strength, wisdom, love, peace, calm, whatever speaks to you today. That would be an example of an intention. All right, how you feeling? I hope you're feeling all right. Let's see what we want to do next. Let's take a little shoulder stretch. So reach the right arm out to the right. And on an exhale, we're going to cross it in front of the body. That left hand catches the elbow to help facilitate the stretch. Now draw that right shoulder back and down so that you're really feeling that stretch in the right shoulder. And breathe. Gently release. Left arm reaches out to the left. On an exhale, it crosses in front of the body. The right hand catches that elbow. Left shoulder draws back and down. And you breathe. Always breathing. Good, nice and easy. Release it out. And let's take a tricep stretch. So the right arm reaches up by the right ear. We bend the elbow like we're trying to stretch the middle top of our back. And then we're going to bring that left hand up to the right elbow if that feels okay. Keep that chin lifted and feel that stretch in that right tricep. So we're not rounding into this. We're keeping the spine long and straight. And maybe your elbow's out here. Perfect. As long as you're feeling a sensation in that right tricep, you're doing it perfectly. Breathing. So we always want to accept wherever our body is on any given day or in any given stage of life or injury, physical injury, emotional injury. That's why they call yoga a practice. And there's never like a competition or a game or rating for it, because one day can look very different than the next. Release out. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale, bend at the elbow. Reach that right hand up to the left elbow, chin lifts. Noticing the sensation in your left tricep. I even notice the difference between one side of my body and the other side of the body. It's all different. It's all okay. Once we let go of those expectations, life gets a whole lot more satisfying and less disappointing. When we expect certain things to happen and they don't, we end up disappointed. It's always nice to work on adjusting our expectations. To a degree, of course. You have to have certain expectations. Good. Go ahead and release out. And then we're going to take pigeon pose. So I'm going to offer some options here. So I'm going to actually tilt this camera down just a wee bit. There we go. So take that right ankle and cross it over the left knee. So that is one option. If your ankle isn't coming up to that left knee, you can cross at the ankle. So the right ankle crosses over the left ankle. We're trying to get into that right hip here. So you can stay here and maybe give some gentle pressure down and away with that right hand on that right knee. If the right ankle is crossed over the left ankle, I invite you to bring a good flex in that foot. So drawing the toes up towards the knee, and that will protect your knee in this pose. Feeling that right hip. Opening up a little, hopefully. If you're not feeling any stretch in that right hip here, you can either bring that right heel in closer to the left hip crease, or if you're near another chair or a couch, in my case, this can intensify that stretch even more. We're bringing that right leg up closer to the chest. So I'm just offering options without expectations. I do expect you to do what feels best in your body. That is an expectation. I miss teaching live classes because I notice my students sometimes modify their own poses, or they're doing what they need to do. It's not that they're not following directions in my class. They're doing what I say to do all the time, and that's listening to what their body needs. And as long as people aren't hurting themselves, it's all good. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, now that that right hip is nice and open, maybe, you can come forward onto the forearms. Or you can drape the whole torso over the body. That's a pretty deep stretch for that right hip. So you figure out what you need to do. And gently walk yourself back up. We'll take a little counter stretch here. So lift that right knee up. The left hand holds that right knee, and we do a little like you're drawing that right knee towards your left shoulder. Little counter stretch for that right hip. And release out. Uncross the legs, and we'll take that on the other side. So remember the options: crossing the left ankle over the right ankle, and a little gentle pressure down, or that left ankle comes onto the right knee, left foot stays nice and flexed. Maybe you give some gentle pressure here. Option to bring that left heel in closer to the right hip crease, or you take it all the way up. You do what works. Lots of options. Slow, deep breaths. You can stay upright or come to some kind of forward fold if that's feeling okay for you. And come on back up. So we're going to take butterfly pose. So my feet, although it's cut off, I can't quite get this right. The soles of my feet are together and my knees are wide, falling out to the sides. So if this feels like you're getting a nice stretch in the groin, stay here. You could also, if you have that other chair or a couch or anything, you can bring the feet up there and let the knees fall open. And we're going to take a little bit of a forward fold here, if you want, of course, right? So maybe you lean forward a little bit. This can also be done if the feet are on the floor. Maybe you just bring forearms to the knees. And gently come on back up. This is where I'd like for you to grab your strap or your belt, anything strappy, towel. Interlace, or not interlace, but wrap that strap around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to, I wonder if my feet are dirty. Reach the right leg straight out in front. So maybe you're down here. Perfect. Go to where you feel the sensation in the back of your right leg. So we're stretching out the hamstring here. Lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders down. Strong flex in that right foot. Just go to the point where you feel some sensation in the back of that right leg. And breathe. It can take a while for those hamstrings to release, so we kind of hold it for a little bit longer than we might hold some poses. And after you've been here for a minute or two, maybe you see if you can lift it up just a little bit more. And gently release it down and take that strap around the ball of the left foot and we'll switch sides. So the left leg extends straight, left foot is flexed, long spine, come to your edge. Good. Maybe you try to lift it a little bit more. Maybe call to mind your intention, your dedication, your mantra. Bend into that left knee, release the strap. And we're gonna hug that right knee into the chest. And we're gonna take, and also, like, if you want to, if that's not in your range of motion to hug that right knee into the chest, you can use your strap again to maybe help that right knee up any amount. It doesn't have to come all the way into the chest. You get it where you can get it and hang out there. And we're gonna come into a twist. We're gonna take that left arm and kind of hug that right knee. The right hand reaches back for the back of the chair, lengthen the spine, and take a gentle twist to the right. Good. Ease out. Release that right knee, and we'll take it on the other side. So hug that left knee in using your hands or the strap, whatever works. Long, straight spine. I'm going to take that right elbow, and maybe it's the hand, doesn't matter. Hug that left knee, lengthen the spine, twist left. And ease yourself out. All right, let's take some cat-cow to loosen that spine up a little bit more. So on an inhale, we're going to arch the back, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, chin lifts slightly, belly sticking forward. And on an exhale, we reverse that. Scoop out the belly, widen the shoulder blades, spine reaches towards the back of your chair, chin drops. And that's our flow. So inhale, we arch. Exhale, we round. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Good, one more. And come on back to neutral. Let's just take a minute to be still, lower your gaze, close your eyes, check in with yourself. How you doing? Remember letting go of expectations, judgments. Watch how you're talking to yourself because you're listening. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a good friend or somebody you care deeply for. We're oftentimes quite hard on ourselves and critical. So be aware of that and remember who's listening. All right, let's warm up the body a little bit more. We're gonna do some sun salutations, seated sun salutations. So we're kind of seated towards the edge of our chair, knees bent, ankles are under the knees, shoulders are over the hips. And here we go. So we're gonna inhale the arms up by the ears. On an exhale, we're gonna bring the arms to what we call cactus arms. Inhale, we're going to tilt forward halfway. Exhale, hands travel down the shin or forearms come to the knees. Any kind of forward fold that works for you. And on an inhale, we're going to halfway lift. So maybe the hands come to the shins, but the shoulder blades, again, draw towards the spine. Crown of the head reaches out in front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to come on up and bring that right knee with us. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, bring that left knee up with you. Exhale, release to forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that's our sun salutation. We're going to do 3 more of those. So inhale the arms up. Exhale the cactus. Inhale, tilt halfway. Exhale, your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come on up with that right knee, any amount. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, come on up with that left knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back all the way up. And hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, halfway tilt. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up with that right knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up with the left knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back all the way up. Hands to heart center. Okay, so for the last, are we doing 2 more? Let's do 2 more. I'm going to stay quiet, so you can just be a little bit more meditative as you go through the sun salutation. Here we go. Good. Go ahead and take another minute here to just relax. Should have hopefully you built up a little warmth or heat in the body, moving like flowing like that. All right, inhale both arms up by the ears. The right fingertips are going to grab the left wrist. We're going to keep both sit bones rooted into the chair. We're going to lengthen the side body and take any kind of side bend over to the right. Draw that left shoulder back so we're not rounding into this. Really feel each of those little intercostal muscles in between the ribs. Breathe. You can always repeat like we did before with the right hand on the chair, of course. Good. Come back up through center, opposite side. So the left fingertips are going to grab that right wrist. Reach up and over for a side bend to the left. Drawing that right shoulder back. Breathing into the right ribs. And come on back to center. And let's take this one again. So interlace the fingers behind the head. Drop the chin to the chest. Press the head into the hands. The hands resist. And breathe. And gently release out and come on up to stand, and we're gonna face the seat of our chair. I need a little drink. All right, so we're facing the seat of our chair. We're gonna bring the feet pretty close up under that chair. And then we're just gonna take like one step back. I don't know, what is that? A couple feet. You can go further if you're a little bit looser in the hamstrings. We're going to bring the hands to the hips, and we're going to check to make sure the hips are squared towards the chair. So if there's headlights on your hips, they're shining straight ahead. Lengthen that spine, and then we're going to hinge at the waist any amount and bring the hands to the seat of your chair. So again, we're getting into that left hamstring like we did with the strap. So that right foot is at a bit of a diagonal. The left toes are pointing straight forward. So if you're here and you're feeling that pretty good in that hamstring, stay here. Option to also come to forearms and let the head relax. Another option would be the hands to the earth and the head rests on the seat of the chair. You do what works for you. But hang out here. Notice if there's any place you can soften and relax rather than grip and resist. Good. If you're on forearms or head resting on the chair, go ahead and bring the hands back to the chair. And we're going to bring that right hand, bring the weight into that right hand, and we're going to open up to the left any amount. So that left hand can come to your sacrum and you twist open that way. Or that left arm reaches up to the sky. Any amount, we're trying to open that heart center up either to the side of the room or up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Exhale, release it down. Step the right foot back up. Come on up to stand. And maybe you just shake out the legs, the arms, loosen it all up. And we'll take that little series on the other side. So again, the feet are almost under that chair. And we're going to take a whatever size step back. Put the left foot, left toes are at a diagonal, right toes are under that chair. Hands to the hips, square the hips forward. Long, straight spine. We're going to hinge at the waist, not from the low back. And find your option here. So hands to the chair, forearms to the chair, forehead to the chair, hands reach down. You know what's best. Breathe into the back of that right leg. Maybe call to mind your intention, your dedication, your mantra. Keep drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. Good. Back to halfway lift here, hands on the chair. Now the left hand gets the weight goes into the left hand. The right hand comes back to the sacrum and we twist that way. Or maybe that right arm is reaching up to the ceiling and breathing. And release the right hand back down to the chair. So we're going to leave the hands on the seat of the chair and we're going to take our legs wide for a wide leg forward fold. So option to stay right here if that feels good. Again, forearms. So the toes are pointing towards your side wall. Or forehead to the chair, arms reach down, maybe the arms reach back for the legs. Play with it, what works for you. Maybe you don't need the chair at all. Doesn't matter. Good, gently lift it up. Come back to halfway lift here. And we're just gonna take some side bends to each side. Side bends. That's not what I meant. Leg bend. So we're just gonna bend that right knee any amount. Might be a little, might be a lot. You do what feels best in your body. But just kind of nice and slow and easy. Bend one knee at a time, side to side. So let's take one more to each side. And come back to center. So we're going to kick the heels in one click. So the toes are pointed out, the heels are in. We're going to play with temple pose or goddess pose. So we're just going to bend the knees any amount. Good. Straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the legs. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Exhale, squat. Inhale, straighten. Good. Come on up to stand. We'll take a little quad stretch and then we're going to sit back down. How much time? 42. Okay. All right. So I'm standing to the left side of my chair. My right hand is holding onto the chair for support. And again, I'm going to hug that left knee into the chest any amount. Remembering if you still have your strap or belt handy, you can put that around the knee and help it up there that way. Then we're going to lower that belt if you're using a belt. Lower it down to the ankle and bring it back to a quad stretch. So we're like this, right? If it's in your range of motion to be holding that left knee in, grab that left foot or ankle and bring it down. Keep length in the spine. Maybe you're working the knees toward coming together, but please do this with respect. Breathing into the left quadricep. We've worked the hamstrings a lot. We got to get the other side of the leg. Good. Gently release it out. Come on over to the other side. And again, remember your options. Either that right hand hugs the right knee in, or you have your strap around that right knee, helping it along. If you have your strap, go ahead and lower it to the ankle or lower the hand to the ankle and bring yourself back into that quad stretch on the right. Good. Gently release out. And come on back behind your chair, just in case you need it. But we're going to take that shoulder stretch we did earlier. Notice if it feels any different after all the movement that we've done. So the right arm reaches out to the right. Exhale, cross it in front of the body. Right shoulder back and down. Breathing. Good. Release out. Left arm reaches out to the left. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale. Cross it in front of the body. Right hand meets it. Breathe. And relax out. Go ahead and come back to a seat. So we're going to add on to that tricep stretch like we did before. So grab your strap, and we're going to keep that in the right hand. And we're going to bring the right arm up by the right ear. We're going to bend at the elbow like we did before, like we're scratching the middle of our back. Option to just stay here, or see what it feels like to bring that left hand behind the back, and maybe you get it up closer. Maybe that left arm is down here. Wherever you're bringing some sensation into your body. Maybe your fingers clasp if you're really open in the shoulder area. But keep that chin lifted, breathing. And gently release out of that pose, and we'll take it on the other side. So the left arm reaches up by the left ear, bend at the elbow. Right hand reaches back any amount. Chin lifts. Breathing. Good. Gently release out. One last thing here. Reach the hands to grab the back of your chair, and we're just going to lean forward. So we're really opening the heart center, the collarbone. The crown of the head is in line with the spine. So keep the cervical spine, the top of your spine, in line with the rest of the spine. This is a great one to do if you've been on your computer or your phone or hunched over doing the things that we do most of the time. This is a great stretch to counter all that hunching forward that we do. So we're just letting our weight intensify this stretch. We're just leaning forward. The hands are holding us up. Good. Come on back up. Right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder. Lower the chin. Spine is long and straight. Switch the cross of the arms to the opposite way. Lower chin to chest. And release out, and we'll move into our final meditation or relaxation pose, which is Shavasana. So options are to stay seated in your chair with the gaze lowered or the eyes closed. You could also lie down on your back on the floor if that's in your range. Or if you're at a table or a desk, you could always rest your forehead on your desk. Just do whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe make some final wiggles or adjustments until you get yourself settled into stillness, to allow the effects of the class to integrate into the body or almost reverberate in the body. Again, allowing the focus of your mind to land on the breath. So you feel the air coming in through the nose and the warm air leaving the nose. So no effort to change the breath, just allowing the focus of your mind to settle on the breath. And your mind will wander because that's its job. Its job is to think, and to plan, and worry, and fret. Each time you notice that your mind has wandered off, acknowledge that without judgment or criticism. Just say, I was thinking about my grocery list. And bring it back to the breath. You may need to do that 1,000,000 times in these couple minutes, and that's okay. Just keep bringing it back to the breath. Each time you do that, you're building gray matter in your brain. Each time the mind comes in and asks for your attention, gently, lovingly, just bring the mind back to the breath. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Invite some small movements to your fingers, to your toes, just gently bringing yourself back from that relaxation. And then as you're ready, reach the arms up by the ears, the legs out in front. Give yourself a full body stretch like you're just waking up in the morning. Maybe sigh a little bit. And relax it all down. If you're on the floor, go ahead and roll off to either side and bring yourself up to an easy seated position. And once there, we'll all press our palms together as our gesture or our symbol of closing this sacred time that we have created for ourselves, that we have shared with each other. Call to mind again your intention, your dedication, your mantra that you said at the beginning of class, inviting that quality to manifest in your life, or the love to go out to that person you dedicated your class to. And most importantly, we express deep gratitude to these bodies of ours for moving as perfectly as they did. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the Spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace, because it's also within me. In sharing these things, we are united. We are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel okay or even good. And maybe we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.